Hello everybody, welcome to Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name's John. Welcome to the Sipping Den. Today, now I've done each of these beers by themselves. One last year and one just recently. But today, since one of them didn't exist last year, I'm going to do a head-to-head. It's going to be very interesting. We are going to do Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter, against Guinness Chocolate Mint Stout. Both of them aged in Kentucky bourbon barrels. Look at that. Look at this battle. Let's go over this. Let's go over this here for a second. The Kentucky one is, of course, 12 fluid ounces. The other one is 11.22. Even though the Guinness is made here in the United States, Open Gate Brewery in Baltimore. They go with the European bottle size. Caps, one's got the, it's in Kentucky it's made, all right. So it's got the iconic horse head on all their caps. The other has the iconic harp. Now, let's go over these beers. The Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter, aged in bourbon barrels. Excuse me. Made by Alltech, Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company. They also make Town Branch Bourbon. They are in Lexington, Kentucky. This is 8.2% ABV, 16 IBUs, Centennial and 2-row pale ale hops. The malts are dark Munich, Crystal ADL, chocolate, and Carapils. Let me see. So, they use their own bourbon barrels, okay? They use the bourbon barrels that they use to make the Town Branch bourbon with. It's one of my favorite Christmas ones, so this Guinness, which I love Guinness too, is going to be a heck of a battle. So there's the facts on that. This is the only distillery on the Bourbon Trail. The Kentucky Bourbon Trail has a full brewery as well, right? The Lexington Brewing Company makes all kinds of good beers. Now, as far as this one goes, okay, Guinness Bourbon Barrel Aged Chocolate Mint Stout, Open Gate Brewing Company, Baltimore, Maryland, brewed with dried mint leaves and aged in Kentucky bourbon barrels and conditioned with pure cocoa. I'm not sure what conditioned means. It is they use dry mint leaves in here to give it that mint flavor. This is 10.8% ABV. So we got 8.2, 10.8, both very high. Untapped gives the Kentucky a 3.95 rating and gives this a 3.87. So it actually gives this one a little higher, but they're both very close. Beer Advocate gives the Kentucky an 88. There weren't enough views for this one yet because it's new out. Anyway, I'm excited about this. I'm going to use the same, I got it over here, the same glass for both of them. Okay. Same mug. Let's get into it. All right, they're both needing a opener. Let's try. This would be a great thumbnail if I can get it. Let's hope so. All right, let's do a little editing. Do whatever I want. It's not that good with the editing. All right, here comes the Kentucky, one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite Christmas beers. Had it for the first time last year. Did a review on it. It was fantastic. And here comes the Guinness, which is one of my favorite breweries. Okay, this is one of my favorite beers. This is one of my favorite breweries. Guinness, it's been around a long time. And we're going to pour that. I can't remember what the Kentucky... I'd say the Kentucky one was about half the price of the Guinness one. All right? Because the Guinness one was about $5 a bottle. About $2.50 or less even, I don't remember, for the Kentucky, but it wasn't as much. Now, here's the difference. This is the Kentucky, this one. and this is the Guinness. So same glass, but you get more in the other one, so that's another thing. All right, you get more fluid ounces here. Color looks about the same. The Guinness might be a hair darker, a little nicer. Same color, but a little nicer head on the, I poured them the same way on the Kentucky. Let's give them both a smell. Kentucky Porter. Oh, candy cane. Guinness. Chocolate. Let me see. Andes mint. Candy cane. Andes mint for sure. This has more of the peppermint, more of the candy cane. This has more of the chocolate, like more of an Andes mint. All right. And I'll say that the smell is a lot more pronounced here. That peppermint's a lot stronger as a whole of the smell of the beer. But that's the difference. One's more peppermint forward. One is more chocolate forward. Let's give them a taste, shall we? Let's go with the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter. Just like the smell. It is peppermint forward, for sure. This is with natural flavors, Asian oak bourbon barrels. So both of them have the bourbon influence. This has a strong, not strong, but a stronger, pretty prominent, blindfolded. Yes, you're going to get it. Peppermint. And you get the barrel influence behind it. Difference here is when they use their barrels, since they make bourbon there, they just use their barrels. When Guinness uses them, they probably deconstruct them, send them to Maryland, and then put them back together. They usually don't ship whole barrels. So the bourbon barrel, the Kentucky one, is probably a little bit stronger on the bourbon influence. That's why their bourbon ale is so strong, because they're using kind of wet, fresh barrels as opposed to dried out, shipped ones. You still get the influence, you just get a little stronger influence with the. It's probably why it's cheaper too. They have the barrels right there. They've already paid for them. They also listed more stuff. They listed the IBUs, they listed the hops, they listed the malts. The other ones didn't list it. I like the upfrontness of the. So anyway, that's it pretty much. You get the strong peppermint, no real bitterness at all, followed by the barrel bourbon influence in the back. Now, how about the Guinness? One of my favorite breweries. I'm going to ignore that sip because let's just get the flavor of the other one out. All right. Well, two things. One, this is a little more bitter, a little more like it has a stronger hop influence. Two, the chocolate is stronger than the other. Doesn't really have a chocolate taste too much to it. The peppermint is lower here, so you get more peppermint, less bitterness. Chocolate, like a bitter, dark chocolate. And I got to say, because it makes me look stupid in a way, and I'll tell you why. I feel like the bourbon, the Kentucky one, on a lot of their bourbon barrels are very strong bourbon influence because they have the barrels right there, and they're usually fresh, usually what I call wet, because they make the bourbon in the same place they make the beer. However, after saying that, the influence of the bourbon on the Guinness is stronger. So, but only can confer from that they leave it in there longer, to age longer. And they just want to kiss with the other one with the peppermint forward, low bitterness, easy drinker. And then a little more influence with this one of the bourbon barrel. So the bourbon barrel is actually stronger on this Guinness. Overall, I said this is one of my favorite. It's fun. It's easy to drink. And like I said, you get more of the bourbon, the Kentucky one, right, ounce-wise. But the other one's a little higher alcohol-wise. So I guess it balances out. Don't know what, make a long story short, I can't pick a favorite because they're different, and I'm going to describe them to you, and you think what you would like. Low bitterness, a lot of peppermint taste, followed by the bourbon barrel. Chocolate, followed by a lighter peppermint and a stronger barrel with more of the, hop bitterness. That's pretty much my review of them. They're both very good. I was excited to be able to try that one last year. I'm excited to be able to try this year, the Guinness this year, and I am extremely excited to be able to try both of them together and compare. It's a fun thing to do. I love doing this stuff, man. So, from me to you, have a wonderful Christmas. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for being here. If you can, please give me a sub. All right, bye.